Welcome. Nice to meet you both. I'm DBT and I'm here to try and help you work together and live together as one. Yeah, that'll never happen. Mel's just pathetic. Oh, you're so negative, BPD. How about we start listening to each other and then we can evaluate and see which skills are best to use at this present time? What's the point? She doesn't listen to me, she just ignores me anyway, so what is the point? I tell her just to kill herself and hurt herself because I can't handle being ignored all the time, so she listens to that after a while, so what's the point in any other things? How about we start from there then? It is so hard to listen to her because she does really scare me. But the more I blank her, the stronger she becomes, and then the stronger the urges become. It's really, really scary, and I just don't know if I can live with her. She's evil. Right, let's look a bit deeper into this. We'll start off with you, BPD. How does it make you feel when you are being ignored? Well, to be honest, at first, yeah, I do. I feel really angry. I do really feel really angry. So then I end up just feeding her all these lies about telling her she's a bad mum, telling her she's ugly, she's fat, she's cockeyed, no one loves her, nobody cares. I tell her all these, basically what people have said in the past. I just reel off, everything that's hurt her. But then I suppose deep down inside, yeah, I do feel hurt. I feel hurt and I feel sad because I'm just not listened to. So is there anything in specific, or what sort of things do you feel that you are being ignored about? Sometimes I just feel angry about an event or something that, I feel like I'm allowed to be angry at, but she won't acknowledge it, she just pushes it away, avoids, and yeah, that, there's no need for that. It's quite rude. Let's go to you, Mel. What is it that scares you about BPD being angry? Yeah, anger really, it does really scare me. And hers is out of control. BPD is just not in control of it at all. So what do you do when this does happen, Mel? Yeah, I do try and distract myself, but then it's since a young age, my emotions and everything, it just dissociates, and it's a protective factor, but I'm not in control of it. But there's not a lot I can do about it. Right, what I'm going to do, I'm going to listen to you both now and then give you some skills and ideas to try. So basically you're going to try and help you both live comfortably with each other and to work as one. So let's go to BPD. Why is it that you turn to negative behaviours? Well, I turn to negative thoughts because when I'm even trying to help Mel, for instance, trying to warn her about something, say something that's reoccurring, and trying to just give her the signs and things, I'm pushed away as if it doesn't mean anything. And yes, I am trying to warn her, and everything just seems impossible then, and I get scared then I'm going to lose her because she keeps pushing me away. So yeah. Mel, have you seen these events as a positive? No, I feel very, very suffocated and hopeless, and BPD is very, very just consuming, and yet she calls me the attention seeker. You really don't understand, Mel. I just want to be listened to, and it's the inner child as well just wants to be listened to, and you just push us away and ignore us. And yeah, it does hurt a lot. Right, I have listened to you both, and I do have some suggestions and recommendations. So Mel, I do recommend that maybe you start listening to BPD and validating her at the beginning, and maybe listening to her voice instead of blanking it, because then she will become louder. So maybe acknowledge her a little bit. Well, of course I'm willing to do anything at the moment, but what do I do if she keeps saying evil stuff? Well, Mel, we can't really live in what ifs, because really that's not facts. So have you ever really tried listening to BPD right at the beginning when she's trying to communicate with you? Well, no, I haven't. I suppose I've always just found it easier to blank her until like she drained me so much and then I'm like ill, but yeah, I haven't tried that. Yes, I do recommend that you do listen to BPD as she's feeling ignored and invalidated. So that will trigger stronger emotions for BPD. Try and, you know what I can say is try maybe putting yourself in her shoes and how you would feel being ignored. So maybe try that with her. I can try that, but her emotions are really, really strong, and then it just seems to spiral from there. It's not really my fault. I haven't been taught any other way, so it's all new to me. Right, I have been writing notes as we've been going on, and here's a few skills for BPD to try. It's going to be part of my module emotional regulation, and as the hardest emotion for yourself is anger, then the hardest emotion for Mel is fear. So here is a few questions which I'd like you to acknowledge is when does these emotions appear, and can you check if at the time they are warranted, and then have a look how to effectively deal with these emotions. So do you understand where I'm coming from so far? Yeah, I do understand, yeah. Well, I think so, but I am a bit thick. So one thing regarding judgment, so where you say I am thick, this is actually not a fact and is actually ineffective, because we don't do judgments in DBT because they are not true and not facts. So instead of saying I am thick, try taking that power away from it by saying I noticed the thought I am thick, and then you can either check the facts or you can always just notice it and let it pass, but say something kind afterwards to yourself. So yeah, so instead of saying I am thick, turn it into a positive that I may not understand this bit, but I will try and understand it. So let's try working with that, BPD. Okay, I noticed the thought that I'm thick. Well, to be honest, I'm pretty intelligent, because how many people can say they can control Mel? Sorry, I'm joking. Right, here's a few questions I've written down for you to ask yourselves. So, number 1, does your emotional reaction fit the facts of the actual situation? Number 2, how might another person view the same event? Number 3, is the emotion or intensity of the emotion valid? Number 4, Will the emotion hurt you? Number 5. If emotions are intense and you are struggling after noticing the emotion, you can always try opposite emotion, which will be a distraction, like watching something funny to change your emotion. So say if you're feeling sad, if you watch something funny, but don't do it straight away. See if you can notice what the sadness is there about, because otherwise it's like pushing it away. So, but when they become so intense, yes, try a bit of opposite emotion. So, number 6. Another skill you can consider is to try and sit with the uncomfortable emotion. Every time you feel it, sit with it a bit longer. So say with you, Mel, with fear, you sit with it a little bit, have a little notice of your body, signal, you know, signs and things. As with you, anger, you know, BPD, sit with the anger a little bit. So you're like becoming a bit more comfortable with it, and then trying to sort of like become friends with it without it being too intense, but do it a little bit at a time. Because we do need to remember emotions. We need emotions. They are part of our drive. They what makes us human. So every emotion is valid. There is no negative emotion. There's uncomfortable ones for everyone individually, different ones, but there is no actual negative emotion. So what you've really, I suppose, got to do now is try and work together now, and try and like do your separate things with the separate emotions, and the whole regulation of things, because you both got different outlooks on things. But after a while, there is a module for repairing relationships, which is like interpersonal effectiveness, and it's about you both working together and helping each other and validating each other. The biggest part of this is the validation. So try validating each other, try working on these emotions, and also like try sitting with discomfort with the emotion, because remember, the emotion cannot hurt you. All you've got to do is acknowledge it, and also plan out what's going to be effective, so is it, stop, and like say with anger, for instance, stop, and then think about what way you're going to go, and is it going to be effective if I go screaming at somebody? No, it's not. It's going to just make it worse. Will it be more effective if I approached what made me angry in the first place when I'm calmer and write it down? Will that, and then approach the person who've upset me, will that help? Yes, that will be more effective. So this is where now you've got to try and work together and like try and just build a life worth living as one. So can we try these skills and see where we go from there? Well, if I'm completely honest, Mel, I don't really hate you. I do want us just to be as one, but I get blamed for everything, and that does hurt. I want us to work together and just to be listened to, that's all. Oh, I'm so sorry I made you feel this way. I didn't mean to make you feel this way. It's like, I suppose I get really scared. So when I'm scared, the easiest thing has always been to avoid, instead of facing reality. So yeah, let's for the next few months try and give it a go, and see if we can work together and try the skills we've got. So fingers crossed. Hi BPD, hi Mel, how are you both doing? How are you getting on with the skills, more importantly? To be honest, I think we're doing really well. Like we're actually communicating and actually living together quite peacefully most of the time. Yes, we have a little bit of old behaviour comes in where I avoid, and then she gets a bit frustrated and then I get upset. But then we stop and we start communicating again and noticing, and so yeah, so we have been using skills from your book as well, which has helped as well. So we look forward to seeing you in a few months and see how far we've got from there. So thank you so much, BPD. You've been, not BPD, see my brain. Thank you so much, DBT. You've helped. So yeah, thank you. You're both very welcome, and in a few months again we'll check on and try and do some more skills. So hope these ones help at the moment, and hope you practice them constantly. And thanks for coming here, and I shall hopefully see you both in a few months and things will be looking up. So thank you both, guys. So see you soon.